So how are we? Today we are sort of trying to combine. Today we are combining how we have metadata underneath every one of these podcasts, and in the past we're trying to forward them into the future in terms of data structures that are able to transform and formulate a process where we're able to leverage an underpinning of this data and this metadata for these podcasts to be able to translate forward, so that in every single podcast from the past and to the future that we're able to retriangulate the energy underneath the essence of these podcasts. Whoa. Welcome to the new State to the End to find out how that can come together. Whoa! So after all, in terms of quantum mechanics and quantum physics, it corresponds and correlates to the sensation that all things are possible at any given time, and this same perspective entails that right now we are entangled into a time when there is different essences of a franchise that can unfold in terms of all of the past podcasts that we've done, so that in essence we've got the mojo that surrounds the mindset that connects and considers how there is a quantum mechanical structure that corresponds to a cash flowing engine that corresponds to the flowing essence of the flowing energies out of all the past podcasts that we have done so far, that in essence correlates to how we've got a cash flowing engine off the backside of every single podcast that we've done so far, based on the mindset of a franchise structuration. A franchise, corresponding to something similar to a movie franchise. And this corresponds to the metadata underneath the essence of the framework of every single podcast that we've done. Yeah, so just think of the picture, the depiction, the logo for every single podcast that we've done as sort of like the movie picture, the movie frame, the movie title page, so that in essence everything underneath that movie poster is in essence the metadata that all corresponds to the things that correspond to the movie that's underneath the movie poster. Whoa. So this corresponds to the metadata. Now in essence, in terms of quantum entanglement, we have cash flowing engine potential off of the backside of every single podcast, corresponding to a product that is made from the necessary essence of these podcast metadatas, and that's the purpose of where we're trying to go with these things. And now we've been trying to put all these podcasts together on a consistent basis to be able to try to develop a data structure that corresponds to a big enough data set, a big enough database to be able to develop enough baseline backdrop data to be able to then be able to try to build some products that have the ability to at least have the potential to be cash flowing. Whoa, yeah. Because that just is a matter of trying to connect with the greater purpose of even having a cash flowing engine to begin with, which corresponds to what we talked about yesterday, which is unfolding and letting go and rolling out the campaign for world peace, our world peace campaign. Whoa. So that in essence, as we've got a little bit of a music process to begin with. Also, yesterday's podcast was talking about Taylor Swift. Whoa. Where we're trying to take that today is more or less talking about having today, in today's podcast episode, having the World Peace Army. Whoa, yeah, for Dinky Tech and Chase for Game Studios, the World Peace Army. Oh, and that's the purpose of trying to develop and unfold little businesses from the back of all these little podcasts that in essence have metadata underneath all of these little podcasts. So in essence, we've got the ability hopefully to develop frameworks from the essence of the interesting-ish information that's within all these different podcasts. To be able to try to flow with them into the future so that the metadata can unfold into the form of products. Digital products. Differing products. It depends on how exactly it unfolds, but the sort of necessitation, the necessary purpose, the necessity of developing this structure is sort of having metadata underneath and in the background to be able to correlate to different energies and develop different business energy structures, so that in essence we're able to unfold those energies into philanthropy energy, so that corresponds to the global good deeds economy, and that therefore corresponds to the global philanthropy energy grid, by also in proxy making the World Peace Army, the World Peace Army, the World Peace Army. Oh, because once we sort of try to detract from and take greed out of the picture, once we try to take greed away from the whole global economy, once we try to take greed away from every single society and every single country and the motivation for every single sort of backdrop for unnecessary negativity in the globe, that is sort of trying to develop and call upon the idea of how we've got the global world peace army to be able to step in, to be able to educate and correlate the mindset of a greater purpose among all human beings that in essence stands for something that is a little bit more positive, that in essence stands for the world peace army, so that in essence we're all standing for and back for and by each other and back and against each other, back to back, face to face and back to back, so that in essence we've got everyone's back in this world, in the world peace army, because we are a global connection, we are a global connectivity that supersedes the essence of love, that supersedes the essence of a greater dynamic energy that corresponds to something bigger than the essence of a negative, greedy energy that corresponds to the backdrop of the negative side of negative business energy. And that therefore incentivizes everybody and gives everybody a job in the World Peace Army, to be able to also try to leverage how we're able to collectively all make our own metadata off the backside of our own mindsets, off the backside of our own thoughts, off the backside of our own connection and triangulation towards the essence of a better framework for future progress and motion, starting with the essence and the framework of mindsets, and that all comes from the essence of metadata, and that all comes from the essence of developing cash flowing engines, which starts from developing cash flowing asset mindsets, which starts from the developing of asset cash flowing mindset dividends, from being all triangulated and harmonious and having that harmonious energy triangulate and be moving in the right direction towards supporting everybody in the world, supporting the World Peace Army, that looks out for everybody else, to be able to just keep a calm nature in this life, in this lifetime, in this planet Earth, so that in essence the global collective good has the betterment to be able to look out for the greater collective connection and the greater collective connectivity that keeps things in harmony. And that's all for now. Thanks again, Tiki Tech, Change for Game Studios. Bye, peace, bye, yeah. Oh yeah, and let's remember to also look out for all the shelter animals and try to clear all the shelter animals and clear all the shelter animals in the world, and look out for all the shelter animals in the world and clear all the shelter animals by fostering the shelter animals and hiring the shelter animals as healers, hiring the shelter animals as the healers that they are in and throughout and among our communities, to be able to hire the shelter animals and give them jobs among our communities in this World Peace Army. In the World Peace Army, hire the shelter animals as healers to be able to help to bring together our World Peace Army and help weave the fabric of the harmonious nature. Oh, yeah. And clear all the animal shelters and hire all the animals in the world as healers. Yeah. Oh. That's all for now. Thanks again, Tiki Tech. Change for Game Studios. Bye. Peace. Bye.